It's episode 21, 21, woo, woo! What's going on, everybody? My name is Katie Lance, founder and CEO of Katie Lance Consulting, the Get Social Smart Academy, and author of the new book, Get Social Smart. And this video is all about how can you be really consistent with your content while still adding value. This is such a great question I get asked all the time. So how do you get really consistent? Because let me tell you, I know life happens, right? And we get really fired up when it comes to content and social media. And we sit down and we create a video or two, or we blog, or we post a bunch of things, and then we get busy, right? Life happens. Family, friends, business, and then we go dark, right? And then we do it again. And it's a sort of like peaks and valleys, peaks and valleys. So the key to getting business from social media is consistency. But how do you consistently put out really great content that is providing value to your audience? Okay, so let me share with you a couple tips that we do. First of all, you've got to plan ahead, right? You can't be thinking moment to moment, day to day, what should I post, what should I create? Oh, I should do a video today. You've got to think ahead. 3, 6, 12 months is what we think about, having a content calendar. And when I say content calendar, it's kind of a fancy word for just a spreadsheet. Use a Google document, use your calendar on Google, use your phone calendar, whatever it might be. But you've got to think ahead. And you might think to yourself, how am I going to create 3 months of ideas or 6 months of ideas? I don't even know what I'm going to have for breakfast tomorrow, right? Or dinner tonight, let alone what I'm going to write about 6 months from now. So let me give you a quick tip. This is something we do probably once or twice a year to get lots of great ideas for our content calendar. Go onto Facebook and ask your audience, what are your biggest struggles when it comes to ... And you've seen me do this before probably. I went on Facebook not so long ago and said, what are your biggest struggles when it comes to social media? I had 10, 20, 30, 40. I had probably close to 40 or 50 responses. Guess what? Most of those were great ideas of content. I opened up my content calendar, my spreadsheet, opened up my Facebook post with all those ideas, copied and pasted 90% of those ideas to my content calendar. Why? Because instead of guessing about what people are struggling with and questions that they want answered, why not just ask your audience? So if you're in real estate, why not ask your audience, hey, what are the biggest questions you've ever had when it comes to buying or selling a home? What are questions you have about real estate? What are questions you have about the local market? And ask your audience, and you would be amazed. You may only get, 3, 4, 5 responses. Hey, that's 3, 4, 5 ideas for blog content, video content. Maybe you get a dozen ideas. That could be content for the next 12 weeks, right? Don't overthink it. But ask your audience, that's first and foremost, and then take those ideas and put them into some sort of spreadsheet or system or calendar somewhere where you are planning ahead when it comes to your content. And we do that with these videos right here. One of the ways we're able to create a lot of video content is we plan ahead. Right? We've asked our audience what their pain points are. We've planned ahead. We've got it all planned out. We have the next 12 months planned out. And then once a month, I sit down and I batch my content. So how can you batch your content? Are there opportunities where you can sit down and not just shoot one video, but shoot 4 or 5, right? Or not just write one blog post, but write 2 or 3. Or not just create 3 graphics for Instagram, but create, 4, 5, or 6 using maybe a fun app on your phone. So thinking about, number 1, what does your audience want to hear from you about? What are their pain points? Number 2, how can you get organized using a spreadsheet, some sort of tool? We've got our great content grid on our website. If you haven't seen that, you can check that out. That will help you tremendously. And then number 3, batching your content, right? So not just creating one thing, but creating 3 or 4 and really getting into a system. But at the end of the day, it's not just creating content for the sake of creating content. It's really that first key of finding out, what does your audience want? What are they looking for? And sometimes it's, again, things that we think that we want to share, we sort of assume what people want to know, but just asking makes a huge difference. And I'll give you one more bonus tip, is the next time someone asks you a question more than once, write it down. I've got a notebook right here by me that I'm writing down questions all the time. So the next time someone asks you a question more than once, write it down, and that could be something you add to your content calendar. And that is another great way to provide consistent content that adds value to your community, and at the end of the day, brings you business. As always, we would love if you'd like this video to like, comment, or share. And for more information about social media, for more tips, tools, and strategies, feel free to go to katielance.com, and we'd love if you would check out our book at getsocialsmartbook.com. Thanks so much. Until next time, have an awesome day.